Another deserving individual, Mr. Ben Whiteman, and to introduce him, Mr. Whiteman is a former Parker County Sheriff. How about the current Parker County Sheriff, Russ Authier?
Try to help y'all in the back here. It's my great honor to be here. Weatherford College is an awesome place. Y'all all know it. I know it, and this community knows it. A lot of great leaders came out of here. Ben Whiteman. You hear that name? It's one of the most recognizable names and faces in Parker County. He's done a lot of great things here. From his time in law enforcement, coaching in the Community Soccer League, to all the numerous city and county boards that he has served on, Ben gave much of his time to this great and wonderful community. Ben grew up in Aledo and graduated high school there. After that, July of 1978, he joined the Weatherford Police Department, and he served there over 10 years, showing great intuition and leadership skills from the very beginning. In December of '80, Corporal Whiteman at the time, along with another officer, Simmons, received the city's life-saving award for helping a lady, saved her life, who was having an episode while she was driving her car. To me, a life-saving award, there's nothing higher on that list. And it's great things. During his time at Weatherford PD, Ben attended Weatherford College, right here. And he got his associate's degree in 1983, while also being instrumental in establishing the Parker County Rape Crisis Program during that very same year. Again, kind of like Kirk, to kind of be a part-time student. You still have a job, still have a family, and this college enabled him to do some of those things while still doing great things in the community. Ben became the first Parker County Crime Stopper coordinator for the Weatherford Police Department. While serving as a police officer, he met and married Mary, his lovely wife, who happened to be working at our local radio station at the time. It was KZEE, so met her there. They have 3 children. They're all here. Mary's wife, Carrie, Melissa, and Ryan. They're all here, so that's wonderful. It's nice to have your kids around you. He attended Tarleton State University, where he earned a Bachelor of Applied Arts in Science and Criminal Justice degree in 1984, and a Master of Arts teaching degree in Public Administration in 1987. In 1988, he ran a successful campaign for Parker County Sheriff, where he served 2 full terms. And while there, he organized the local telethon fundraisers for the Muscular Dystrophy Association for several years. During his tenure as sheriff, and that's why I'm one of the people up here, I got stationed here in 1994 as a Texas Ranger. My appointment, they sent me here. Ben was sheriff at that time, and he was the first sheriff that I had dealings with. When you show up on the scene as a ranger, everybody thinks you know everything, and you should know everything. They don't know. I was writing tickets 2 days before that down there on the Gulf Freeway. This sheriff and his administration helped me grow into the ranger that I became, and I'll never, ever forget that. I had some other sheriffs I dealt with, and I was pretty fortunate to land right here working alongside Ben Whiteman. Following his years as sheriff, I don't know why, but what do you do after you've been kicking doors and chasing bad guys for 30 years? You do something more dangerous. I think Lion Tamer was taken at the time, so he went into public education. He served as the Safety and Security Director for the Weatherford Independent School District for over 12 years. I'd much rather get shot at than do that stuff. Ben has spent much of his adult life serving our community in various ways. While serving on the Parker County Committee on Aging, he worked tirelessly alongside other members of that board to raise money needed to build the center. He visited community leaders, organizations in Parker County on behalf of the committee, raising thousands upon thousands of dollars, which led to the building of the actual senior center. In honor of his efforts, his fellow committee members voted to name a room in that building after him, So very great thing right there. Ben has served as an associate municipal judge, Parker County Meals on Wheels volunteer, and a transportation board member. He's one of the longest standing members of the Aledo Ex-Student Association, has been master of ceremonies for their annual banquet for over 20 years. He also served on the group's scholarship committee for years, giving 2 annual scholarships to Aledo ISD students, until recently when the association arranged actually an endowment here with the college. Ben encouraged many people to stay close, go far. And that go far doesn't mean geographically. Go far, that means intellectually, that means development, that means career, where you go far. His 3 children are testaments to that. All 3 have been right here at Weatherford College, every one of them. And he's got a great family. His family wanted to share a few stories with you, some a little more lighthearted than others. Melissa, his daughter over here, works where? Weatherford College, yes. She remembers one time they were heading out of town. They're at a gas station filling up, and there's another gentleman filling up next to them, a younger man, and he said, "Are you Ben Whiteman?" And of course he said, "Yes, sir, I am." He said, "Well, I wanted to thank you. This man got arrested by Ben when he was 17 years old. He thanked him for that because he said on the trip to jail, Ben didn't just take him to jail. He was talking to him, talking to this young man, made an impact on his life where he became a successful father, husband, and business owner based a lot on the way Ben treated him and spoke to him. Public service. Melissa also had another one that she truly remembers. I guess it was a childhood friend. Kind of ran away. You know how kids do. She ran away from home to the local park, which was pretty close to the house. She probably got bored at the park, went over to their house and tried to get her to come out and play. And Ben kind of saw it, noticed that she was by herself, and started talking to her and realized that she ran away from home. So talked to the parents and obviously took her back to the house. But those are the things your kids remember, because those do mean a lot. His wife, Mary, during the early days that the senior center was built, she just remembers all the places that he went to, all the solicitations that he made, all the impact, raising all this money for that senior center. What a great, hard, difficult thing to do, but when you have a true passion, it makes it easier, but it's a lot of work, and she remembers your public service for that. Just you were so instrumental in developing and having that thing built. And even later when you ran for sheriff, she said a lot of those folks would, at your rallies, they would sit up. They remember that, the seniors. They remember what you did for them and continue to do for them. His daughter, Carrie, always loved it when she was a younger one, when he'd come to school, wearing that badge and that gun. She gets to tell everybody, hey, my dad's a sheriff. My dad's a sheriff. So pretty cool. So, she'll never forget that. She also said, kind of on the other side, that whenever you would sign a note for her, whether to go to school or to go to a field trip, she wondered about your writing. You must write like a doctor, like I do as well. And she figured, well, the teacher may not believe that's actually my dad's signature. So she'd get her mom to co-sign the slip for her. A little validation right there. Ryan, his son Ryan. This one, they were out deer hunting. Obviously, Ryan was much younger, and Ben, they shot 2 deer, and then Ryan's job was to go back to get his uncle to get the truck to come back, so they could load the deer into the truck and go on back. It gets dark, and sometimes when you're out in the woods, things look a little different when it's dark as opposed to when it's light. And Ryan got a little, well, I don't want to say lost, but he got lost, okay? So it took him quite a while to get back to the camp and to get his uncle and get the truck and get back out there. And by the time he got back, his dad had already drugged these 2 deer almost the entire way back to camp. And Ryan's thinking, man, God, my dad's a strong guy. And Ryan, he is. Not just physically. His servant attitude, he is a very strong man. So please join me in welcoming Sheriff Ben Whiteman.
I want to thank Weatherford College for honoring me with this award, and thank Sheriff Authier for the outstanding introduction that he read exactly as I wrote it. I thank Brent for introducing the sheriff, and thank you, the food service people, for the food, and that was certainly a filling and delicious meal. I'm obviously getting an award from Weatherford College and not Father of the Year. If I was, I would have known that you tell a 7-year-old to turn right, make sure he knows which way is right. So, I want to thank my family for being here today. Weatherford College is a family affair. It really is, and especially for my family. My 2 sisters are here. They both attended Weatherford College. My two brothers are here. They went another way. But of their 4 kids, 3 of them went to Weatherford College. So we've had a lot of Weatherford College people in the family. My wife even has a continuing education credit from here. So she got one too. Well, I appreciate her having spent all the time raising the kids while I was in the education pursuit to get my master's degree, the 6 years I went to Weatherford College for my 2-year degree. Not as long as Dee Dee, but it was pretty long, it seemed like. My son, Ryan, is an engineer with the Weatherford Police Department. What? He's an engineer. What did I say? That's a Freudian slip, because that's what I wanted. You know, police don't get along all the time with the fire. And he went fire, and it just boggled my mind. So anyway, he's an engineer with the Weatherford Fire Department. He's on duty, brought 2 of his fire buddies here working with him on his shift, and one of them went to Weatherford College, and the other one knew where it was. So Ryan's wife, Ida, also is a graduate of Weatherford College in the nursing program. And I appreciate him being able to get off for this time to come here while somebody else is covering their territory. My oldest daughter, Carrie, she earned 27 dual credit hours in Weatherford High School while she was getting her degree as a salutatorian, I believe it was. She's an interior designer, just started her own design firm. And if you need somebody with lots of credit, some of her clients were Troy Aikman and Chris Young, who's a manager, general manager, or whatever he is of the Texas Rangers. So she's got some people behind her. Her husband, Justin, also went to Weatherford College, and he's a teacher and a coach in Richardson. My youngest daughter, Melissa, and her husband, Scott, are both graduate of Weatherford College. Melissa earned her associate's degree here after a stellar career in the movies. She worked with people like Kate Hudson, Anne Hathaway, Jennifer Garner, fellow Texan Matthew McConaughey, and her favorite, the Queen of Hallmark, Lacey Chabert. Getting a degree from any college or university is not an easy task. and is not something a person accomplishes alone. Raymond Pritchard pushed me to continue my education at Weatherford College. We then continued our education at Tarleton. I think he was basically wanting someone else in the carpool to save him a little money, but I'm glad he did. And kind of like Kirk, my grandmother used to tell me that she did not like math, commenting that as far as she was concerned, that unknown X could stay unknown. I could not agree more. Tim Galbraith went and sweet-talked Mrs. Smith, a retired math teacher from Weatherford High School, into tutoring us 1 hour right before we went to class. I asked her one time if she would go sit in the back of the class for me and take the test. She said she would, but she couldn't see the board from the back of the class, so she declined. I took a year of classes at San Jacinto Junior College down in Houston after high school, and it was totally different from Weatherford College. 200 kids in an auditorium learning biology, or trying to learn biology, is not an easy task. You come to Weatherford College and the instructors know you, the instructors like you, and they help you a lot more than what you get out of the bigger college. And that was a junior college. It was a 2-year college. And I appreciate that with Weatherford. Some of them that I had, Dr. Rand, Dr. Irby, Carl Carey, Dick Beasley, Ms. Coder, and Mr. Miller. Kent Miller taught history and government in his backyard backed onto my backyard. So we spent a lot of hours out by the fence talking about history and government and politics. And he and my son's dog had a love-hate relationship. They both loved to hate each other. And we went out one day and there was a chair stuck in the fence. I knew my dog didn't throw it at him, but it was on his side of the fence. So I still passed his class anyway. Weatherford College even allowed me to instruct 2 criminal justice courses at the college over in Mineral Wells to help with my Master of Arts teaching degree, because I needed some real-life teaching classes, and Weatherford College gave me that ability. There are many others who have helped all their students and all out in and out of the classroom. And that's what makes Weatherford College so great. And like Russ said, stay close, go far. Thank you.